Hello! Welcome to day 26 of the 100 Day Project. Today I'm going to read for you one of my favorite scenes from William Shakespeare's Macbeth. It's the scene starring the porter. So a porter is like a doorman. Whenever he heard a knocking, he would be the guy that go open the door and let the people in. So the porter in Macbeth, I like his character. He adds comic relief to the play. He's a bit of a drunk. He has a wild imagination, and yeah, he's just an all-around amazing character. And his lines are really interesting because the scene is in the middle of the night. He hears a rapping at the door, and he pretends that he is the doorman for hell, or the devil's porter. Which is interesting because of what is going on within Macbeth's castle. It's, he really could be the devil's doorman, considering all the dark and evilness that's happening kind of surrounding the play. So he lets in 3 guys when he hears a knocking, when he's pretending. He lets in a farmer who commits suicide because his crops fail. He lets in a lawyer that tries to play both prosecution and defense. He plays both sides of the scales. And in the end, he can't even argue his case towards God, and so down he goes. He also lets in an English tailor who tries to skimp on fabric, but when tight pants come into fashion, he can no longer do that. So they lynch him, they kill him. So I'm going to do my best to give this scene a little bit of justice, but I want you to go check out 2 different adaptations. The one is IIan McDiarmid's version of, the porter. He does a really interesting, kind of hilarious, cool job. The other one is from the 2010 adaptation of Macbeth, starring Patrick Stewart as Macbeth. The porter scene there is just bang on. It's so good. So here we go. Here is Act 2, Scene 3 of Macbeth. Here's a knockin' indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he'd get old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer. Hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time! Have napkins enough about ya? You'll sweat your worth here. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor. Come hither for stealing out of the French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you'll roast your goose. Knock, knock. Never quiet. What are you? But this is a place too cold for hell. I'll devil port no more. I've had enough to let in some professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon, I pray you, remember the porter. I'm coming. There we go. There is my version of Macbeth's The Porter. One of my favorite scenes from one of my favorite plays. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 27, where I'm going to read you something else. And, yeah, have a great night. Goodbye!